Good morning students, welcome to Python class. In today's class I will explain you about different methods which you can operate on arrays, and these methods you are getting from a NumPy. Okay, so here first method is actually according to your syllabus, reshape method, flatten method, eyes method, ones method and zeros method. Okay, actually this theory part already I have explained, but these are all multi-dimension array, into dimension array, how to operate that with example program. Once again I am explaining this. Okay, so reshape method. See, in the reshape method, the name itself you have a definition. Reshaping. Reshaping means whatever method is there, whatever array is there, that array is reshaped. Okay, means example, if you have created an array with 2 rows 3 columns, actually that is a 2 cross 3, you can reshape that into 3 rows 2 columns. Okay, means you can change the shape of the array by using a reshape method. Okay, so you can change the number of rows in the array, you can change the number of columns in the array. So that is nothing but the reshaping the array. Now here definition, you can see the definition. The reshape function is used to give a new shape to an array without changing its data. Okay, so what is the use of this function? This function is used to reshape an array, but it won't change the data or elements available in that array. Okay, by reshaping we can add or remove dimensions or change number of elements in each dimension. Okay, so using a reshape array, you can change, means you can add or you can delete the dimension, and if you want you can change the position of elements using a reshape method. Okay, so if you reshape total dimensions, total position of elements, total number of columns, total number of rows in the array, you can change. Okay, so that is called as a reshaping, and this function we are getting from a NumPy package. Okay, here I have given example. Once you see the example here, NumPy as NP, we are importing this from we are importing the NumPy in our program. So when you import NumPy, what happened? Whatever functions are available in that NumPy, that will be used in your program. Now here I am creating a one function, one array. What is the name of the array here? A. A equals to np dot arrange in the bracket 8. Actually, what is the arrange function? It is used to add a range of number, list of numbers. Okay, so here starting and ending I have not given, total 8 I have given. So by default it will create an array with the 8 element, like a 1 to 8 or 0 to 7, like that it will create. So 8 means with 8 elements array is created. If you will give a starting address, starting value and ending value, between that with the elements between the starting and ending, with that a new array is created. Here I have not given a starting and ending, so it will create an array with the 8 elements. Now next line I am printing that, print A. Here A is nothing but an array which consists of 8 elements. Now you see the second one, B equals to A dot reshape. Here what is the A? A is an array. Okay, and in that array how many elements are there? 8. That we are reshaping into 4 rows 2 columns. Basically it was only 1 row, because I have not created a 2-dimensional array there. It is only 1-dimensional array. Now I have changed, I have reshaped that array into 4 rows 2 columns. First parameter for a row and the second parameter for a column. So whatever array first I have created using a range function, that was only 1-dimensional array. Now I have reshaped that array. So how you reshaped, that information you should give. I have reshaped that array into 4 rows 2 columns, because here I have given a 2 parameters. If you want, you can reshape like a 2 rows 3 columns, you can give 3 rows actually these are 8 elements, no? So I have given 4 rows and 2 columns. If it was the 9 elements, you can give 3 rows 3 columns. So you can reshape. Original array was only one dimension, so whatever array you have reshaped, no, that is a 4 rows 2 columns. Now here I have printed that. You see output, you see original array, it's a range function. I have given a range 8 elements. So here you can see the original array, instead of giving a 0 1 2 3, if I'll give a range and 8, with the 8 elements it will create an array. It is a shortcut method, right? So what are the 8 elements here? 0 to 7, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the original array, and I have reshaped this into 4 rows 2 columns, because here reshape method I have used. Reshape 4 rows 2 columns, right? Here you can see the output. 4 rows are there, and in each row there are 2 columns. This is by using a reshape method. Now here you see reshaping from 1 dimensional to 3 dimensional. So using a reshape you can convert 1 dimensional array into 3 dimension also. Okay, see here example. Here we are converting 1 dimension array which consists of 12 elements into a 3 dimension array. Okay, so you can see the example. The outmost dimension will have a 2 arrays that contains 3 arrays, each of with 2 elements. Okay, you leave that. You see the example program. Import numpy as np, alias name we are giving. Now I am creating an array arr equals to np.array. So here what is the name of the array? Arr equals to np.array. Here we are using the array function. Using this array function you can create array. In the previous class already I have explained. Using array function also you can create an array. And this function we are getting from a numpy. Here total how many elements are there? 12 elements are there. So and these 12 elements are in a single row. So that is why this is called as a 1 dimensional array. Okay. So here we have only 2 square brackets, first one ending. If it is a pair of a square bracket, what it means? It's a 1 row. So here we have only 1 pair of square bracket. So it is called as a 1 dimensional array. Now I am creating a new array. Okay, new array equals to arr dot reshape. Arr is a old first array, and on that array we are performing a reshape method. Okay, so when you are performing a reshape method on any array, then what happened? You can change the shape of the array. So here what I am doing is, it is actually 3D array. 3 parameters I have given. 2, 3, 2. Right? 2 is nothing but the 2 matrices. And next 3 rows, 2 columns. So in a reshape method, here I have given 3 parameters. No? First parameter for a number of tables, or you can say that number of matrix. The second one, in each table how many rows, and the third one, in each table how many columns. Okay, so here total 12 elements are there. With that 12 elements, we are dividing that 12 elements into the 2 tables, and each and every table we are giving 3 rows 2 columns. 3 rows 2 columns you can see here. 3 rows 2 columns mean in each and every matrix how many elements are there? 6 and 6. So 2 matrices are there. So this reshape, how many parameters I have given? 3, no? 2, 3, 2. So 2 is nothing but the number of matrices, and 3 is nothing but the how many rows in the matrix, and the third one is how many columns in the matrix. Okay, whatever 12 elements, whatever 1 dimensional array is there, that we changed into 3 rows. That we changed it, that we converted it, that we reshaped into 2 matrices. In each matrix there are 3 rows, 2 columns. Okay, and next I have printed that. You can see in the down 2 matrices. In each matrix 3 rows, 2 columns are there. right? So this is a converting one dimensional array into three dimensional. Here basically 12 elements with we had only one array. We changed that, we reshaped that array into the three dimensional array. So when you are using a three dimensional array, we'll give how many matrix and how many tables are there. Okay, so that extra parameter you will get, right? In this example I have given that. See, in the reshaped three parameters I have given, no? 2, 3, 2. 2 is nothing but the number of matrix. 3 is nothing but in each matrix how many rows, how many columns. Now, this is the output. Now, the second method is a flatten method. Okay, so actually flatten method here what we do is, whatever matrix is there, whatever array is there, that will convert into a one dimensional array. Okay, means whatever elements are there that are collapsed into a one dimension. Okay, that are collapsed into a one dimension. That is a flatten method. Just now whatever explained, that whatever one dimensional arrays are there, that we reshaped into three dimensional array. Here whatever three dimension is there, one dimension is there, whatever it may be, that will be changed into one dimensional array using a flatten method. Okay, see here, the flatten function is used to get a copy of given array collapsed into one dimension. So whatever array is there, that is changed into one dimensional array. Here you see the syntax, numpy dot nd array, n dimensional array dot flatten. Flatten in the bracket I have given order equals to c. Order equals to c means whatever one dimensional array you are creating, no? That you are creating a row wise. If it is a f, you are creating an array column wise. C, order c means whatever new array is there, no? That is a row wise. And if it is a f, whatever array is there, that is a column wise. So here see the parameters, order c comma f, and these are optional. If you want to give, obviously it will display new array horizontally, right? C means flatten in a row, and it is a f means it is a column wise it will create. You see one picture I have given. Basically here we have a array with a 2 rows and 2 columns, and I have applied the flatten method. So when you have applied a flatten method, first row, next second row, right? All the 2 rows are displayed in a single column, single row only. Okay, 2 rows are converted into a one row by using a flatten method. Okay, so here here I have given only 2 dimension array. If it is a 3 dimension also, that will be changed into a one row. Okay, 2 rows, 2 columns, or it may be a 3 rows, 3 columns. Using a flatten method, what happened is whatever array is there, whatever dimension it may be, that will be changed into a one dimension. Now, here the next one is a working with multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array means, actually you can say that here multi-dimensional array is a collection of 2-dimensional array. Okay, so here different matrices are created. Matrices information will give, and how many matrices are there, that you can give. That is nothing but the multi-dimensional array. So here you see the definition of the multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array concept can be explained as a technique of defining and storing the data on a format with more than 2-dimensional array. So if it is more than 2 dimension, then we can say that is a 3-dimensional array. Okay, and here in Python, 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array, both will come under multi-dimension. Okay, now what functions we can perform on multi-dimensional array, that we'll discuss now. Right, zeros means, see, using 0 is a function of the NumPy package. Okay, what is the use of this function? If you create a 2-dimensional array, or if you create a 3-dimensional array, whatever it may be, total matrix, total array is created with the zeros only. Okay, so complete array is created with complete array is created with only zeros. Okay, now here you see the syntax, numpy dot zeros. This zeros is a function. What is the use of this zeros function? This is used to create an array with all the zeros. And from where we are getting that zeros function? From numpy. So you are getting zeros function from the numpy. So that is why numpy zeros should be separated by a dot. Now shape. See, shape is nothing but whether you want a rows or column. What is the shape of the array? Either it's a 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 3 rows, 2 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns. So what is the shape of the array? See, in different dimensions you can create an array. In different shapes you can create an array. So whatever shape it may be. But in all the elements in that array will be zeros, all the elements. Now, data type. What type of data it is? By default, in a year, using a zeros function, all elements will be a float. Now order C. So whatever array you are creating, either vertical format or a horizontal format. If it is a horizontal format, order equals to C. If it is a vertical format, order equals to F. Okay. Now yes, shape is the shape of the numpy 0 array, right? Data type means the data type of each and every element in the array, and this is optional because by default if you want to mention, that will be a float. Now order, whether you want to display an array horizontally or vertically. Horizontally means what you will give, order equals to C, and if it's a vertical, we'll give order equals to F. Now you see the example here. Import numpy as NP. We are importing all the functions from numpy because here I have included numpy package. When you have imported numpy package, whatever functions are available in that numpy, that will be invoked. Now here I have created one array a equals to 3, 2. Okay, so here I am creating a new array, and what is the shape of that array? 3 rows, 2 columns. Here first parameter I have given a shape. So how many rows and how many columns? That is nothing but the shape. The remaining are all optional. Right, 3, 2. So here I am creating an array with 3 rows, 2 columns. Now np dot zeros. np dot zeros. Zeros is a function. From which module we are getting that function? From np. So np dot zeros, the bracket a. Here what is the a actually? A is the new array with a 3 rows, 2 columns. Now whatever shape is there, no, that is in that shape all the elements will be changed into zeros because for that on that array I have applied zeros function. So when you apply zeros function on that, whatever elements are there in that array, all the elements will be changed into 0. See here, 3 rows, 2 columns. All the elements are 0. Right. Now you see np dot zeros, 3 rows, 2 columns. Picture the presentation I have given. One picture I have given. Once you see 3 rows, 2 columns. Each and every element is a 0. And what is the default data type of each and every element here? Float. Now, the next function is a numpy dot ones. See, like using a zeros function, you have created an array. In that array, all the elements are zeros, right? Similarly, if you want to create an array with all the ones, so here we have one more function called ones function. Using this function, you can create an array with all the zeros, all the ones. Whatever shape it may be, 3 rows, 2 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns, 4 rows, 4 columns, doesn't matter. Whatever elements are there in that array, all the elements will be changed into ones. Okay. Now you see the definition. The numpy dot ones. From which package we are getting this function? From numpy. Okay, ones we are getting from a numpy. Numpy dot ones function returns a new array. It creates, means this function creates a new array, and all the elements are in that array will be 1. Okay, all the elements. So here you see the syntax here. numpy dot once. Numpy is a module, once is a function, and we are getting this once function from which module? Numpy. In the bracket shape, already I have explained shape means how many rows and how many columns you want in that array. That is nothing but the shape of the array, comma data type. Here data type equals to none I have given. Why? Because by default data type is a float, comma order equals to C. Here I have given C, you can give F also. Okay, whatever ones are there, that will be displayed in a horizontal, and what if you will give F, ones will be displayed in a column, right? Parameters, shape is nothing but the shape of the array. Okay, how many rows and how many columns you want in the array. Now data type of each and every element. So here it is optional. If you want to give a int, you can give. By default data type of each and every element in the array is float. Okay. Now order. Order is just now explained. No, it is if you want to display either horizontally or vertically. If you want to display horizontally, the order equals to C. If you want to display all the elements vertically, the order equals to 1. So order equals to F. You see the example program here. Import numpy as NP. We are importing numpy package np.once. Once function we are getting from a NP. And you see 3 parameters are given. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 2 rows, 3 columns. And what is the first part? Actually, it is a multi-dimensional array, no? So that is why here we have a 3 parameters. 1, 2, 3. Here we have only one matrix, and in that matrix we have a 2 rows and 3 columns, and each and every element is a 1 only. Okay, in the down you can see the output np.once, only one matrix, comma in each and every in that matrix we have 2 rows and 3 columns. All the elements are 1. Why? Because here we used the once function, comma d type equals to np.int have given. So each and every element is a integer. It is optional, but if you want to give, you can give. By default, what I said, by default data type is a float. If you want to give an integer, you can give. But that information you should give. D type equals to what data type you want. That information you should give. This is about once function. So we are performing all these functions on multi-dimensional array. So you will get 3 parameters. One is how many matrix you want, and in each and every matrix, how many rows are there, how many columns are there. That is the second and third parameter. Okay. Now you see the I function. See, I function, what is the use of the I function is, see, when you create a matrix or when you create a table, whatever diagonal elements are there, that diagonal elements will be 1s. The remaining element will be zeros. Okay. So if you want to create only that type of matrix, then we'll use a I function it is. So using I, what happened? Only diagonal whatever elements is there. So if there is a 2 cross 3 matrix, example we'll take 2 rows 2 columns, then is 0 0 first row first column, and second row second column. Only that elements will be changed into a 1, and the remaining elements will be 0. That is an I function. See, the I function is used to create a 2-dimensional array with ones. Okay, using this function, whatever array you are creating in that, okay, you complete definition I will read. To create a 2-dimensional array with ones on the diagonal, you remember that point. Okay, here we are creating an array. Okay, as already said, 2-dimension, 3-dimension Python will come under multi-dimension only. So here we are creating that array, and the diagonal element will be 0. Diagonal element will be 1s, and the remaining elements will be zeros. See the syntax here? numpy.i. From which module we are getting this function? Numpy. So dot I. In the bracket n, m, k. Here k, next d type. You can give a float order. Order equals to CRF. Already I have explained. So it is a n means see r is the number of rows. Here actually we don't have a r, right? R equals to number of rows. C is optional. K is a int. Diagonal we required. K greater than 0 means diagonal above. K equals to 0 means it's diagonal elements. Okay, D type is a optional. R is number of rows actually. Okay, so reshape actually this function already I have explained. No need to explain this function, right? Just so here only this one you see like first r actually r number of rows. Here I have given n, actually it should be r, how many rows you want in that. And the next c is means it's optional as already explained, whether you want to create all the elements horizontal or vertically, that will give. And k is nothing but the diagonal elements here. Okay, so this is about I function. So like this in Python on multidimensional array we have a different types of functions, but according to your function we have only reshape, zeros, ones and I function. So this type of function already in one dimensional array I have explained. So definition is same, but the way how you are writing, if it's a one dimensional array how will you write, if it's a two dimensional array how will you write, that will be different. Okay, so reshape means changing the shape of the array. Ones means we are creating new array with all the ones. Zeros means creating a new array with all the zeros. I function means creating a new array with ones in a diagonal places and the remaining will be zeros. Okay, so this is about reshape, zeros, ones and flatten method. What is a flatten method? Converting all the different dimensional arrays into a single dimensional. That is a flatten method. Okay, so we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.